92 was great. 92 was special. 91 would have been more special in the sense that Tipperary beat us in the final.
Yeah.
And they were old enemy of Kilkenny, even though I never really had any sort of a background playing against Tipperary. So Tip beat us in 91 in the final. 92 then we came up against Cork. And Cork were very strong that year. We had lost the year before, so the experience was there. Plus the fact that Kilkenny hadn't won an All-Ireland since 1983. Now, they won in 82 as well, but like that's a long time in Kilkenny, so we needed one. They were beaten in 87, we were beaten in 91, and 92 would have been 3 All-Irelands that Kilkenny would have been beaten in without winning. So that was a huge relief to actually win that game.
Yeah, and then so 93 you followed that up, and then in 94 you went for the all-elusive three in a row, and it was the first hurdle you guys fell short.
Yeah, unfortunately we came up against Offaly in the first round, and Offaly annihilated us. There was a huge score in it, and Offaly were well capable of that because they were very good at the time, very strong. And when it came to hurling, they were the most skillful in the country at the time. So there was always a possibility you could be on a hiding to nothing with Offaly.
Yeah, and that must have stung, not only just getting the results against Offaly you did, but knowing that the 3 in a row was out of reach.
3 in a row was an outside of the team thing. I'm not sure do players really look at 3 in a row. I think that comes afterwards, and I think maybe it's more publicity if you're in an All-Ireland final that it's 3 in a row rather than the first round of the championship. We prepared for it. It's a cliche and it's probably boring, but you prepare for the team that you're playing against. Particularly, you can't look beyond the team who have beaten you so often. And Offaly were that type of team. Now, obviously, you'd love to be playing in an All-Ireland final. You'd love to be going for 3 in a row, but I don't think it really ever came to pass that it was mentioned too often.
In 98, you retired for all of 6 weeks. Can you tell us, what was the thought process behind that?
98 was one of these years. I was playing with Kilkenny since 88, and it was one of these things whereby, the criticism was huge. And Kilkenny fans can be harsh. It's okay nowadays, we're going so well. Like all other fans, it can be harsh, And at that time, I felt I was getting a lot of stick. I was trying to run a business. With all combined, we were beaten in the county final. Lots of stuff had happened, and one of these kind of what would you call it, spur of the moment thing, And then it hits the media very quickly. And once it hits there, you have a decision to make, and yes, I had, and then, probably regretted it and was lucky enough to be hauled back.
2006 then, you did eventually hang up the boots, you did then retire. Was it the retirement that you would have wanted? I know very few players get to bow out in their own terms. Do you feel that you got to?
Well, I feel I was very lucky because in 2002, I had a number of injuries. And I was in a car accident. I had a disc removed in my neck. I had tore the hamstring off the bone in the previous year in the county final. And then as I was just about to come back in May, I had a burst appendix. Only for Brian, I could have been finished, at that time. So then was very fortunate to win an All-Ireland in 2002, win an All-Ireland in 2003, and then eventually retire in 2006. But I didn't play in 2006.
Yeah, you retired to start.
Basically, we were beaten by Galway in the All-Ireland semi-final. Cork in 2004, going for 3 in a row, we were again. Yeah. And then Galway in the All-Ireland semi-final of 2005. And, at that stage, and I was 36 years of age, it was time to go. I think I might have continued. I might have. If Kilkenny had to be struggling, I think I probably would have had experience whether I was a player or not. But Kilkenny had come out and won the league of 2006 and playing very well. And I felt then it was a good time for me to leave it.
Sure.
You know, insofar as it was now left, let's say, in good hands. And the lads who were there were well experienced. We had won a very competitive league. They were ready to go for the championship, and I was ready to go anyway.